I'm not fucking restarting this video for the third fucking time. This video is going to be in 2 video increments because the first video is only 6 minutes long and I'm only 3 minutes into this video. So, this is going to be the second video and final fucking video of this fucking video.
Not gonna actually stop. Once you have that purpose or goal in place, your desire to drink will just be lessened. And look, I know 36 is a pretty late age to decide to grow up, but it's not too late. If you want all the issues to stop, you need to decide today, not tomorrow, not next week, that you are going to grow up. Find a purpose, become an adult, and you will naturally just no longer be that person who wants to sit in front of their screen and drink alcohol for money. You can do this, man. I believe in you, Blade. I know I've just spent like 20 minutes taking it on you, but I do want you to win, dude. Seeing other people win is awesome, man, and you can. You just have to find a purpose and become an adult. That's your 2 steps.
So, did Blade make the logical move to stop drinking and better his life?
Probably not.
Well, the simple answer is no. By the 18th of July 2021, following a failed attempt to get sober and multiple bans on YouTube, Blade decided to ask his wife, Becky, to create a channel in a name called OUMB2 so that he could continue his questionable streams. The content wasn't great, but it was good enough to net the couple 15,000 subscribers. As his drunk streaming and RV trips went on, Blade's personality would get worse, often getting into fights with his wife, and his body slowly falling apart from years of binge drinking. Recently, Blade has tried to get back into streaming Call of Duty, but he claimed he was unable to enjoy the game while sober after all the—
Wait, we're in an Airheads commercial. Want to skip it?
These years, Blade still retained his immature personality. In his mind, Blade sees himself as just another youngster trying to have fun knocking back a few beers on the stream. But to everyone watching, he's just a 40-year-old man who refuses to grow up. However, our next creator didn't end up on Sunny's radar because they stuck to an outdated persona, but because they seemingly lost the appeal of the persona that was actually working for them. Sunny's video on Bella Delphine had a noticeably different tone compared to the other downfall videos on his channel. Published on the 5th of November 2021 with title Why Bella Delphine's Career is Dead, Sunny presented the argument that without mystery and intrigue, Bella would no longer be able to attract the same level of virality that she once did.
Belle Delphine removed 2 core components from her content that have been keeping her persona interesting: mystery and intrigue. Belle Delphine discussed on the H3 podcast that one of her main strategies for standing out as unique was that she'd mix her cutesy image with the strangest, most unrelated topics to build curiosity around her character.
There are good reasons to think this way, since Bella was easily able to keep the entire internet wrapped around her finger, with stunts like her $30 bathwater and clickbait P-Hub titles. Even if she disappeared for months at a time, Bella was still able to reignite interest in her content. Her infamous I'm Back video, posted on the 17th of June 2021, racked up an astonishing 50 million views, proving fans were more than willing to wait for new Bella Delphine content. However, once fans got their hands on Bella's adult content, and many of the lingering questions were answered in her many podcast appearances, there wasn't many reasons to keep people coming back.
As mentioned earlier in the video, during her first hiatus, there was still so much mystery, so many unanswered questions surrounding the Belle Delphine. story, and therefore her return was anticipated. Was the arrest story fake? How did this character come about? Did she have a boyfriend? How does this persona affect her personal life? People actually wanted to know more. 8 million people objectively wanted an exact update on what she was up to. However, this time around, all of the questions that kept the story interesting have been answered. She went on numerous podcasts over a 2-month period, explained her strategy around everything, then posted her highly anticipated adult content, and as a result, the story feels concluded. There's nothing else to look forward to, and therefore there's no reason to care about what she's up to. Videos investigating what happened to Belle Delphine on her current hiatus have gained less than 10% of the views compared to those posing a similar question on her previous break. She revealed everything in exchange for a surge in short-term revenue, however the long-term consequences are already starting to reveal themselves.
Fast forward to today, and the consequences Sunny spoke of were there, but not as drastic as you might think. Bella's subsequent videos on YouTube only got a fraction of the views compared to her first, but also could be a product of her extremely inconsistent uploads, only posting once or twice per year. Taking a look at other aspects of her career where she is consistent tells a different story. Engagement on her social media accounts has remained consistent from 2022 to 2023, averaging around 50k likes on Twitter and 300k likes on Instagram. And as you would expect, Bella's OnlyFans is still very much active, with almost daily updates. Bella had lost her meme status, but it was obvious she didn't lose her core fanbase. There was an eternal army of Sims that would continue to subscribe to her OnlyFans and like all her social media posts. Even though the initial buzz around her brand had faded, Bella still managed to build a very large and monetizable platform. Sunny underestimated just how many people still wanted to engage with Bella, and this wasn't the only time Sunny underestimated the power of a creator's fanbase. On the 28th of July 2022, Sunny published the video "Morg's Career is Completely Dead, What Happened?", wherein he told the story of Morg's rise to notoriety, the many controversies, and the reason for the decline in viewership.
Morg's YouTube channel is pretty much dead with an average of only 5 million views per month, and the first reason for the death of his channel is simply that his audience got older. Back in 2019, when Morgs was gaining an average of 100 million views per month, it was accepted as commonplace on YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter that Morgs' audience was made up primarily of children. Now, it's hardly surprising that this ended up being the case, as when Morgs first began his channel back in 2014, he was a 13-year-old child himself.
Sunny started with an overview of Morgs' early career, creating challenging gaming content on YouTube at the age of 13. In the video, Sunny cited Morgs' decision to drop out of school to do YouTube at 15 as the primary reason for becoming a target of the commentary community. Combining that with the fact that people saw him as a loud and obnoxious kid making content for other kids made him an ideal punching bag for the entire YouTube commentary scene. You could say he was not just a victim of Sunny, but the entire commentary side of YouTube. Fortunately for Morgs, it wasn't all bad, as the majority of his videos had grown from 1,000 views to gaining over 1 million views each. Clickbait and heat from commentary channels didn't hinder his career, but in fact fueled his success on YouTube, eventually going from 1 million subscribers to 10 million subscribers. However, with success came more drama, as he engaged in numerous Twitter beefs with Mr. Beast over accusations of copying and fake content. Morgs also seemed to grow more discontent with YouTube as time went on. He felt like his old style of faking content wasn't good enough anymore. By 2021, Morgs would publish a video titled "I'm leaving."
Let's go lay by the pool and enjoy our beautiful honeymoon cruise together.
I'll get my bathing suit and I'll meet you there in 10 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Life is a whirlwind.
Stay calm and nobody will be hurt.
When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
Man, I thought it was gonna be some like fucking cool ass
and to
action
shoot
movie,
for
not
more
some
authentic
fucking show.
self.
Now I've got 11 million subscribers and everything. I guess now I'm at a point in my YouTube career where I'm just kind of done with the bullshit. Like, you know, I just want to be myself again.
The fact that his monthly viewership dropped to only 17 million views per month from an all-time high of 100 million views a month didn't speak well for the future of his career if he continued to make such drastic changes. Sunny would close out the video with the assertion that Morg's fanbase wouldn't be interested in this new side of him, and that his reputation as an annoying guy who made videos for kids was the only thing keeping him relevant.
Maybe Morgs overestimated how interested his previously young audience would be in his new genuine persona. The other problem with adopting this new genuine persona was that suddenly there was no reason for the commentary community to talk about him anymore. He kind of lost his meme status. So much of his growth had come from people simply discussing how bad he was, and therefore as Morgs got rid of his cringy personality, people got rid of their videos talking about it. All of this led Morgs' viewership to fall further to around 10 million per month, while Morgs' subscriber count would stagnate, followed by its first sign of a decline in early 2022. The decreased viewership and subscriber count seemed to lead to a decline in motivation as Morgs began to upload every 1 or 2 months, resulting in a further viewership decline to around 5 million per month, where it remains to this day.
This sentiment was shared by almost everyone on the platform, as creators were uploading videos claiming that Morg's career was now over. But is that actually what happened? Did Morgs really fade into the background after he decided to switch his style of content? To answer that question, we need to fast forward to 2022, the year Morgs turned his career around. On the 6th of November 2022, Morgs took a bold new direction with his career and published his first shorts video. Morgs' short-form videos would mostly consist of him and his parents pranking one another. His shorts content would prove to be massively successful, garnering over 10 million views on each video. His strategy of taking on various internet challenges, prank videos, and vlog-style videos with his energetic personality in a 1-minute format has really worked wonders. By April of 2023, Morgs would shatter his previous viewership records, with 120 million monthly views, alongside 300,000 new subscribers. He still uploads long-form content, although infrequently. You'd think getting dogpiled on by every commentary channel on YouTube and labelled a MrBeast clone would end his career, but it simply was a low point. He's completely bounced back, and now has a renewed sense of motivation for YouTube. This time, Sunny and numerous other content creators who wrote Morgs off as a washed-up kids entertainer were proven wrong by his sheer dedication and love for creating content. Change is something that is ubiquitous in a content creator, but what happens when that change in persona, demeanor, or presentation is documented in a way that completely divides the internet? On the 13th of April 2023, Sunny published a video with a striking title that read, "Why Chris Will Soon Become a Nightmare for MrBeast." Unbeknownst to Sunny and the first few thousand viewers, this video would become one of his most polarizing uploads yet. Sunny spent the first portion of the video looking over Chris's recent move to take on a more feminine appearance and assessing the controversy that followed those changes. Topics like Chris's decision to paint his nails, grow his hair out, and later use of HRT were discussed along with drawing parallels to other aspects of his life. According to Sunny, the catalyst for Chris's new feminine appearance were events that revolved around Chris's recent divorce, citing the disappearance of family photos on Chris's Instagram and the removal of his wedding ring as a possible contributing factor. He also noted MrBeast fans sharing their opinion on the subject, with comments like, "There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times." The second half of the video focused on talking about the possible outcomes of Chris's continued presence as part of the MrBeast brand.
However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the video.
Sunny's video on Chris would go on to gain over 8 million views, becoming one of his most popular uploads, but it was also the most disliked. The video had 317,000 likes, compared to 229,000 dislikes. Not long after the video went live, Sunny would lose 10,000 subscribers, and numerous other content creators expressed their dissatisfaction online, and D'Angelo Wallace returned from a 9-month hiatus to make a video about the drama.
Somebody has uploaded.
TaxAct software comes equipped with the most powerful feature in tax filing technology.
Did a YouTube video that is so dumb, so completely incorrect, that they have basically assembled the YouTube Avengers. How does someone anger the internet's nicest people like Jacksepticeye and MrBeast, make a bunch of other creators you've probably heard of drop response videos, and make points that are so completely invalid? I, of all people, come back early from a 9-month break just to personally tell you that your video is trash.
Things got so heated that MrBeast himself had to make a statement on the matter. "Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my freaking friend and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off." The 3 main criticisms raised against Sunny in his latest video were that he had twisted events, cherry-picked comments, and was generally transphobic. With that being said, there were people who saw nothing wrong with Sunny's video and claimed that he was only stating facts. By the 3rd of May 2023, a user by the name of Pinely would upload a half-hour video titled "How Sunny V2 Ruined Video Essays" that put forward the idea that narratives Sunny outlines in his videos are forced to conform to the title and thumbnails he picks out.
I don't think that Sunny V2 says what he says at the end of that video in this sort of attempt to figure out the universe. I don't believe that Sunny V2 really cares about that, at least in the context of his videos. I don't know him in real life. This all comes down to what we talked about at the beginning, that Sunny's videos are mainly an afterthought to his title and thumbnail. That's why he gives about like 5 or 6 different possible reasons as to why Kwebbelkop lost his viewership. And the one that makes the least sense, the one that is the most odd and out of place, is also the one that he put in his thumbnail. He created this narrative of a man losing everything because he boasted about his wealth, because it's interesting, because it's good content. And I think that that's the actual dangerous thing here. Twisting human life so it fits the narrative of something like a TV show. It's essentially what he did with Chris, Mr. Beast, or Dream. He puts everything into a clear narrative for us to follow, a distinct black and white sort of situation, a good deed and a bad deed. And I feel like when you alter and twist reality in that way, you end up losing a lot of very important things that I really appreciate in a lot of these sort of videos. You end up losing empathy.
In the process of covering the controversy, Sunny found himself directly involved within it, and everyone had something to say about it. While it wasn't the first time Sunny received negative feedback because of videos, it was certainly the most notable. You'd think that after all the hate Sunny had gotten for his unpopular take, he would either make a response or quietly take a break from uploading in fear of more backlash. But that wasn't the case. In fact, he published a video on Guava Juice's career just 2 weeks later. So what's going on here? Sunny was being swamped in negative press, and some of the largest creators were joining in on it, yet he was still going on as if it never happened. His comment section didn't show signs of the drama that had took place only a few days prior. Some would speculate that since Sunny had researched the cancellation of so many creators, he developed his own strategy of not getting cancelled himself. He'd simply ignore it and go about his usual uploads. This is what he did when he was called out for his Ninja, Dream, and Skeppy videos, and it's very likely he'll continue with that strategy. There are times when Sunny does respond to controversy, although in subtle ways, like changing the title of this video on Chris from "Why Chris Will Soon Become a Nightmare for Mr. Beast" to "How Will the Chris Tyson Situation Impact Mr. Beast?" It is unclear if Sunny will make a response video to the drama or publicly acknowledge it like many other creators do when faced with a controversial situation, but based on his recent YouTube stats, it seems that Sunny has fully recovered from his dip in subscribers following the video on Chris, and has even shown remarkable growth. Does it make Sunny uncontrollable? Who knows? What we do know is that Sunny's approach to handling drama doesn't involve submitting to it, but rather quietly moving away from it.